Today, we journey back in time, traveling to the wild and mysterious island of Tasmania, a place of ancient forests and rugged mountains. Here, we explore the story of the thylacine, better known as the Tasmanian tiger, a creature that has captured imaginations for generations. Despite its name, this animal wasn't a tiger or a wolf, but a unique marsupial predator. Its striped back and dog-like shape set it apart from any other animal on Earth, making it a true oddity of evolution. The thylacine was the largest carnivorous marsupial of modern times, once roaming wild Tasmania and, long ago, even mainland Australia. For thousands of years, it was a shy, nocturnal hunter, blending into the shadows and playing a vital role in its ecosystem as a top predator. But everything changed with the arrival of European settlers in the 19th century, who saw the thylacine as a threat to their sheep and cattle. Misunderstanding and fear led to a tragic chain of events. Bounties were placed on the thylacine, and it was hunted relentlessly, unable to escape its fate. Old footage shows a creature both familiar and alien. Its stiff, almost awkward gait, striped coat and famously wide jaw hinting at a life now lost to history. These haunting images are our last glimpses of a lost world, a reminder of what once was and what can never be reclaimed. The thylacine story is more than a history lesson. It's a warning about the consequences of our actions and the fragility of life on our planet. As we uncover the pressures that drove it to extinction, we'll see why its lessons matter now more than ever, especially as many species today face similar threats. This is a story of survival, loss, and the responsibility we have to protect the species that share our planet, before it's too late. Let's dive into the life, mystery, and ultimate disappearance of this remarkable animal, whose legacy continues to inspire hope and caution. The legend of the Tasmanian tiger still echoes in the hearts and minds of many, reminding us of the delicate balance between humanity and the wild. What exactly was the thylacine? It's a classic case of convergent evolution, an animal that looked and acted like a wolf but was actually a marsupial. Female thylacines had pouches like kangaroos, but theirs opened to the rear. As Tasmania's apex predator, it hunted wallabies, kangaroos, birds, and small mammals. Its stripes provided camouflage, and its jaw could open to an astonishing 120 degrees, though its bite wasn't as strong as a wolf's. About the size of a large dog, it was a blend of canid features and marsupial biology. Today we study preserved specimens, skins, skeletons, and even joeys, to piece together its story. These remains help us understand its diet, genetics, and ecological role. But they're a cold comfort, a reminder of a living creature we lost forever. The thylacine stands as an evolutionary masterpiece, now only a memory. The thylacine once roamed mainland Australia and New Guinea, thriving as a top predator for thousands of years. But the arrival of the dingo, a social pack hunter, changed everything. Dingoes outcompeted the more solitary thylacine for food and territory. Climate shifts and human pressures pushed the thylacine to extinction on the mainland. Tasmania, cut off by rising seas 12,000 years ago, became its final refuge. Free from dingoes, the thylacine survived as the island's apex predator. By the time Europeans arrived in the 1800s, only about 5,000 thylacines remained, living in a delicate balance. But this fragile equilibrium was about to be shattered. The arrival of a new, more formidable competitor, humans, would seal its fate. The last stronghold of an ancient lineage was under threat. The stage was set for the thylacine's final chapter. Its survival now depended on forces beyond its control. European settlers transformed Tasmania, clearing forests for livestock and shrinking the thylacine's habitat. New animals, especially dogs, brought diseases that devastated native wildlife. The thylacine's territory and food sources dwindled rapidly. Settlers blamed the thylacine for sheep losses, though feral dogs were likely the main culprits. With its strange appearance, the thylacine became an easy scapegoat. A relentless campaign began, hunting, trapping, and poisoning the species. The thylacine was seen as an obstacle to progress, not a unique part of the ecosystem. Habitat loss, disease, and persecution created a perfect storm. The population plummeted as the war against the thylacine intensified. The island's last apex predator was pushed to the brink. The consequences of misunderstanding and fear were devastating. Persecution became official policy as bounties were offered for every thylacine killed. The government paid for thousands of kills, turning extermination into a profitable business. professional hunters scoured the wilderness, leaving the thylacine nowhere to hide. As numbers fell, the animal became valuable to zoos and collectors worldwide. Live thylacines and skins fetched high prices, fueling a global trade. London Zoo alone exhibited 20 thylacines, and the last one exported sold for a fortune. The demand for live animals meant even the last survivors were captured for display, not conservation. The combined pressure of bounties and trade was catastrophic. The thylacine's fate was sealed by greed and curiosity. The world watched as the species vanished before their eyes. The relentless pursuit left the thylacine with no escape. By the early 20th century, the thylacine was critically endangered. Once roaming freely across Tasmania, this remarkable animal was already becoming a rare sight, its numbers dwindling rapidly due to relentless hunting, habitat loss, and competition with introduced species. The last confirmed wild thylacine was killed in 1930. After that, sightings ceased. The forests and plains that once echoed with its presence grew silent, and hope for its survival faded. Only when extinction was imminent did the government grant protection, in 1936, far too late. The decision, though well-intentioned, came after decades of neglect and misunderstanding about the thylacine's plight. The last known thylacine lived alone in Hobart Zoo, dying just weeks after protection was enacted. Isolated and vulnerable, it spent its final days in captivity, a living symbol of a vanishing species. Poor records mean we may never know its true identity, but its death marked the end of the species. The world watched as the thylacine slipped quietly into history, leaving behind only memories and grainy footage. The extinction was officially recognized in 1986, decades after the last sighting. By then, the thylacine had become a symbol of irreversible loss and the consequences of human actions. The thylacine story is a stark example of how quickly a species can vanish. It serves as a powerful reminder that extinction is not just a distant possibility, but a real and present danger. Legal protection came only after the damage was done. The lessons of the thylacine echo through time, urging us to act before it's too late for others. The world lost a unique branch of the evolutionary tree. Forever, no other animal could fill the ecological role the thylacine once held. The silence of the Tasmanian wilderness is a haunting legacy. It is a silence that speaks of absence, of a species gone, and a lesson learned too late. The thylacine's end was a tragedy of human making. Our choices, both deliberate and careless, sealed its fate and left a permanent scar on Tasmania's natural heritage. Its loss is a warning we cannot ignore. The thylacine's story urges us to protect what remains, so that no other species is lost to history in the same way. Even after extinction, the thylacine story lives on in reported sightings, scientific curiosity, and the collective imagination of people around the world. The fascination with this lost predator has never truly faded. Decades of unconfirmed reports keep hope alive that a few may have survived in Tasmania's wild places. The dense forests and remote valleys seem to guard their secrets, fueling speculation and wonder. Recent studies suggest small populations could have persisted longer than we thought, perhaps into the late 20th century. Researchers continue to analyze evidence, searching for clues that might rewrite the thylacine's timeline. The mystery endures, fueling dreams of rediscovery and inspiring new generations to search for answers. Advances in genetics have sparked talk of de-extinction, with scientists exploring the possibility of reviving the thylacine from preserved DNA. The idea of bringing back a vanished species is both thrilling and controversial, raising questions about ethics and responsibility. These efforts reflect our deep regret and longing to undo the past. They also highlight our desire to make amends for mistakes that led to irreversible loss. But the thylacine's tale is a powerful warning. Extinction is final, and conservation must come before it's too late. Once a species is gone, no amount of science can truly restore what was lost. Protecting species requires action, not just hope. It demands commitment, resources, and a willingness to change our ways. The ghost of the Tasmanian tiger reminds us of what's at stake, haunting our conscience and urging us to do better. We must learn from this loss to safeguard the future, teaching new generations the value of every living creature. The thylacine's legacy is a call to protect the wonders we still have, to cherish the diversity of life that remains. Its story is not just about the past, but about the choices we make today, and the future we choose to create for all species.